It's story time. I never thought that I was going to do story time on this channel, but I also never thought that Toyota was going to screw me over, so I'm on the casting couch and let's get this started. Now this story begins back at my last track day, where I noticed something weird was going on with the FRS. Every time that I was driving and I shifted the car from 3rd to 4th gear, or 5th to 4th gear, there was a grind, and sometimes in the worst of situations, it would lock me out of the gear. So fast forward to a couple weeks later and I decided to take the car to the Toyota dealership to have them look at it. Now on the way there, I wasn't too concerned with what was going to be the cause because I was pretty sure that it was going to be the transmission. I don't know what else would cause the car to grind while going through gears other than the transmission and that whole unit. I did have another concern though. This story time has like evidence and stuff to back it up, so you know that it's not like the normal exaggerated story time that you find on YouTube. The 2014 Scion FRS has a 60-month or 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, which does in fact cover transmissions and transaxles. The thing is though, my car is modified and I race it. And if you look at the next page of the warranty, it states what is not covered. Misuse, for example, racing or overloading, or alterations or tampering, including installation of non-Scion authorized accessories, which I've done a couple of. But don't worry, because Uncle Sam is here to help us out. This is called the Morrison-Moss Act of 1975, and it pretty much is a set of rules that manufacturers have to follow when giving warranties for their products. This doesn't just apply to auto manufacturers, but for our story today, it's going to. Now, one of the parts of this act was that manufacturers have to provide their warranty unless a modification or a use of the product was a direct cause of the issue. So even if I've raced or modified my car, if that was not the cause of the issue, then the company's warranty still has to apply by law. So I dropped off the car and I nervously waited a day. The next day I get a call from the Toyota rep, and he tells me that just like I thought, the issue was the transmission. Specifically, the 4th gear synchro was giving out. He then proceeded to tell me that it would cost me $9,181.76. $9,181.76. You know what I could do with 10 grand? I could like supercharge the car and wide body it and do everything that I want to. So I asked him, was this going to be covered under warranty? And he said no. I said why? And he said, and I quote, modified. So I asked him to elaborate on that and he said he didn't have enough information to elaborate. So I told him to get that information and to get back to me. This is the information that he got. And I quote, customer has modified vehicle, has aftermarket coilovers with aftermarket wheels tires. Tires are heavily worn and have rubber marbles on surface. Interior components have been removed and rear seats replaced with seat harness brace. Driver seat aftermarket race seat. Has aftermarket headers and exhaust. Found multiple videos of car being used on racetrack competition. If you look in the bottom left corner, right there, you're going to see a view counter. And one of those views may be a Toyota rep trying to prove my car is not warrantable. Is that not crazy that these videos are being viewed by Toyota to say, no, your warranty does not apply? I never imagined that this channel could be used against me in that way, like that. Oh my God. Anyways, they conclude it by saying, not a warrantable condition. As we've discussed today, through the Morrison-Moss Act of 1975, the modifications that I've done to the car or the racing that I've done to it has to be a direct cause of the issue or else the warranty has to apply. And all of the things that they listed, coilovers, seats, harness, headers, the interior pieces were removed. None of that has anything to do with affecting the transmission. So I picked up the car from the dealership and I decided that we were going to attempt to appeal this issue. Now I thought to myself, was this an issue that just I'm having, or is this an issue that's more common? And lo and behold, it's more common. FT86club.com is one of the most popular FRS forums online. And in 3 of the articles online that have to do with this issue, I found 47 separate people saying that they have the same issue as me. And when I say same issue as me, I don't mean just grinding in A gear. I mean, to quote the member Mexorcist, I have this same issue. Mine will grind at about 5,500 to 6,000 RPM from 3rd to 4th gear, and only after the tranny is warmed up from about 10 minutes of driving. Dealer said it was a synchro issue, and they are replacing the whole tranny. It was fine until I hit 10,000 miles, etc., etc., etc. 47 separate people have said that they have the same issue of 3rd to 4th gear grinding. Not only that, but a lot of them also said that their car's warranty applied and they got their transmission replaced. So what does that mean? That means that their cars were not modified or were not raced, or they at least found no evidence of it, and therefore the warranty still applied. Also, I'd like to point out that these 47 people were just found on 3 random articles, which means that there's probably a lot more cases of this happening than we know of. So what I'm trying to get at is this issue was not caused by my racing or modifications, or at least most likely was not caused by my racing or modifications. So the fact that Toyota is going to try and say that they're not going to do this replacement under warranty and instead are going to charge me $9,000, but like after taxes $10,000 to do this, even though they should be the ones paying for it, it's just ridiculous. Now, this story doesn't exactly have an ending because we're still in the middle of it. I still need to appeal this decision, and I still need to figure out if I'm gonna have to pay for this or if Toyota's gonna be cool and do it. But there's 2 morals to the story that I want to share with you guys. One is how disappointed I am with Toyota. I guess this isn't a moral, but it's just something I want to say. The Scion FRS wasn't built to just drive around from work to home and from home to the grocery store and stuff. You know, it was built to be a track car. I mean, if you look at everything about this car, it's built so simply so that you could like modify it and remove stuff and add stuff, and also everywhere that they advertise it as such a sporty car. It was meant to be taken to the track, or at least to autocross events every once in a while. Like, that's to be expected with this car. And instead they're trying to say that it's not covered under the warranty if you use it in the way that they kind of directed it to be used, or the way that they marketed it to be used. You may be thinking that that's just like legal stuff and they say that for all cars, etc., etc. But if you look at a lot of the auto manufacturers today, like Dodge and Chevy, they support people taking their cars to the track because that's what they were built for. Like the new Demon and the ZL1, those are cars that are supported by the manufacturers to take them to the track and test them and drive them how they were meant to be driven. So for Toyota to not just go back on the marketing that they put out for this car, but also to like put the customers at a disadvantage if they use the car in that way, I think that it really creates this distance between the customers and Toyota, as opposed to Dodge and Chevy, etc., who have been coming closer and closer to their customers. Now, the second thing, if your car, no matter what manufacturer it is, even if it's Dodge or Chevy, like the ones I was talking about who are cool, if your car is modified and you're running into an issue that could potentially be covered under warranty, before you take your car to the dealership, make sure you revert it to stock as much as you can. Like, I still have the stock wheels and the stock headers and the stock exhaust, and honestly, it might have been beneficial for me to put that back on so I don't have this $9,000 price tag. So make sure that you revert your car as close to stock as possible, especially the ECU, because that's something that they love to use as an excuse to not have a warranty for. So learn from my mistakes. Make sure that you prep your car correctly so that you can have the warranty applied. So if you guys want to know what happens at the end of the story, if my car gets the transmission replaced through warranty or if I have to pay for it, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And make sure that if you guys ever take your car to a dealership, revert it back to stock as much as you can. Now I'm going to end this video here, but Toyota, if you're watching this, I'm very disappointed in you. So you're going to have to sleep with that in your conscience tonight. But that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time.